Hello friends on YouTube land, this is Two Gun Terry here, and we are at the Port Malabar Rifle and Pistol Club in Port Malabar, Florida, shooting a steel challenge match here, leading into the hurricane or tropical storm or depression Eta, which is heading our way, and it makes for an interesting day. Today is Saturday, the day before the storm is supposed to arrive tomorrow night. And affect our area at a peak, but it's definitely 30-mile-an-hour winds today, and a little distracting when you're trying to shoot, but it is what it is, you know. Even more hysterical is tomorrow when the storm is actually bearing down on us or affecting us at its peak. I'm shooting another match, but a sporting clays match with shotguns for the Navy SEAL Museum, their fundraiser that they do every year. They have a big event, it's called the Muster, for Veterans Day on Saturday, and then the following day is a big fundraiser. In this case, it's a sporting clays event. Every other year it's sporting clays, and then the opposite years is golf at some of the fancier clubs here in South Florida. So that's going to be real interesting with the wind whipping around. So we'll see what happens. Oh, here.
Just photobombing.
Here's Stevie
your video.
getting photobombed by Stevie P, the fastest gun in the West. Or in the East, the fastest gun in the East.
I wouldn't say that, but I tried my best.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying
Here, I got 2 mini mags for you.
$2 worth of ammo. There we go, folks, man. We got it covered. We don't waste any ammo here in Two Gun Terry land.
No, we're picking it up off the ground.
We're picking it up off the ground today. Everybody is, actually.
Ammo scrounging.
So, I have an interview coming up with a shooter who has a very interesting story. He actually has cancer, and he's taking his chemotherapy, and he's going to beat this sucker. There's no question about it. But his positive attitude and all he wants to do is come out and shoot. This is what he wants to do, not interrupt his life. He keeps smiling every minute and is pleasant and gentle. And I'm going to introduce you to him in just a second here. So, it's Two Gun Terry. But first, my intro.
Are you ready?
I have a special guest with us today, a gentleman that I just met for the first time today, Frank Pasik.
Yes.
Frank was on our squad today, and is it son, brother?
That's my
Jason, brother Jason, and of course with Stevie P. And I got talking to him and found that he had kind of a really fascinating story, one of hopefully inspiration to others that might need to hear this conversation, and just a swell all around kind of nice guy.
Thank you,
there.
Terry. I appreciate it.
So let's meet Frank. So tell me, Frank, so how long have you been shooting?
So I've been shooting my whole life.
Your whole life?
My whole life.
In the woods?
That's right. My dad took us out in the woods, and we shot Coke bottles and beer cans growing up, and it fell into a love and a passion that I've never let go of. So I've always been shooting, and it started in the woods, and then as I grew, it was in the woods, and maybe for the last 8 years, I've been at a club shooting.
Shooting it for 8 years now? Or?
I've been competing off and on for the last 5 years with pistol and shotgun.
Yeah.
But, you know, finally getting out of the woods mentality and shooting at a safe range and an environment.
Would you say your confidence in shooting went up when you started shooting competitively? You learned
Absolutely,
more?
absolutely, yeah. The
too.
passion grew for it, you know, the love for the sport. Absolutely.
The amount of money we're willing to invest in this sport. But hey,
Don't tell the wife.
Don't
She's
tell
watching.
the wife. What's her first name?
Doreen.
Doreen. We're just guys joking around.
Talking about these guns are like $150.
Yeah, right? These are cheap guns.
So I got to touch on this subject, and then we'll go from there. But so the reason that I really wanted to talk to you is because I heard that you were not feeling well. You were ill.
So I've had cancer. This is my third diagnosis.
Third time.
Third time. I've been fighting cancer for 12 years, twice in the last year and a half, and those were my 2 hardest ones.
Yeah.
So the last one put me in a place where I had to have chemo, and the chemo was pretty much out of everything. I've had 7 surgeries.
Wow.
And I've got 2 feet of hardware in my arm to try to hold my arm back together. But the chemo.
What do you mean? The metal bracing or whatever?
Yeah, I've got hardware.
Oh,
You might be able to see the scars, but
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
hardware from down here all the way up to my armpit, and I've got hardware
Oh
up to
my
here.
God. Why, bone?
The radiation killed my bone almost,
Oh.
so my bone just fractured,
Yeah.
and so the only way the metal now replaces my bone in hopes that my bone will grow back.
So earlier you told me that you were shooting shotgun, and
Yep.
that you can shoot shotgun.
I can shoot shotgun with that. Yep, no problem.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So you've been battling it for 12 years. The first one was 12 years ago.
The
and
first
last
time
two?
was 12 years ago, 11 and a half years ago. The last 2 fights were in the last 18 months.
So far, they both lost.
So,
you're 2-0 or 3-0.
I am 3. Yes.
There you go.
That's right.
Good
So they believe they got all the cancer out, and now I had to do a series of radiation. And the radiation, out of all the stuff I've done with, I'm sorry, not radiation, the chemo. The chemo has been what's put me down the most.
Make you sick.
Yeah, very sick.
nauseous.
Yeah, very sick all the time. I don't live day by day anymore. I live hour by hour. And today happens to be one of those good days, and I met you.
I'm telling you, he's been smiling all day. I mean, a gentle soul. They called a double mic on him in one on one string, and he didn't lose him. So anyway, okay, but yeah, no, you're just kind of easy going, and life is good, right?
That's right. You know what? I've got a lot of faith. I got a lot of joy, so I give it up to our Lord.
Yeah.
That's the only way to make it through this.
Yeah. No, I'm a big believer in God. When I went to college, I decided it was a choice between computer science and theology, and I was double majoring in both of those.
Nice.
So I went with the computers, but I still behaved myself. I still kind of try to follow things as best I can. Okay, so now you said you shoot shotgun, and what kind of matches do you do here? You do the steel challenge and anything
Right.
else?
I shoot action steel and steel challenge here.
Yeah.
It's close to my house, and during these times, these are probably the only ones I'm going to do until I get back on my feet.
So is this good therapy for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love being outside, and that's been even through my whole process of even right after lung surgery. I do a lot of mountain biking too. So I was back in the saddle. I had about a 10-day period after surgery and the chemo starting. I rode those 10 days, and
Wow.
I was out in the woods having fun, and then when the time came to stop, I had to stop. But yeah, most of my friends and the wife family know I don't sit well around the house. I need to stay moving. I need some fresh air.
What do you do for a living?
So I'm a painting contractor.
Okay.
So I do residential and commercial painting.
Yeah.
And
I heard your phone ringing all day today, and you're in demand, obviously. Family worrying about you, make sure you're okay, I guess.
yeah, I had guys working today, so
Yeah.
so they were checking.
So here it is. There's what is it? Hurricane Eta or Tropical Storm Eta on its way right now, and
Yep.
we're out here shooting the
And
day
we're out
before
here
she arrived.
having fun, shooting, enjoying life.
So, and by the way, you're a pretty good shot. I noticed.
Thank you.
I was.
I do this for fun, but thank you. I try to better myself, but I'm
Yeah.
just happy to shoot.
No, you look like a veteran, like somebody who's done this
I'm
before.
happy to shoot.
Yeah.
Very blessed.
So, any message for people watching that what can you tell them?
I mean, it's the same thing I'd say to all my friends and family. Dig into the Lord a little bit, have some joy and some faith, and you can move mountains. That's really the answer for me. Having that faith is the only reason I can do it.
And that's what gives you this positive attitude. You're not
Absolutely.
walking alone. You know that He's there
Absolutely.
with you.
Absolutely. A long time ago, 12 years ago, I heard a rhema word from the Lord. And he told me to smile, have some joy, and then there was something personal for the wife and myself. And I've stuck with that message, and it's worked.
Wow.
It's worked. So I've been through all these surgeries and all this stuff, and I mean, it's a tearjerker for me all the time, every time I want to think about it.
How's your wife handle it, by the way?
She's handling it very well, and she's been a very, very good support system. Couldn't do it without her either.
No. You have kids?
Yes, we have 6 kids.
6 kids. Holy moly.
6 kids, 13 grandbabies.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep,
That's a
and
nice big Thanksgiving dinner.
It is. We have an average of 30, and that's just family.
Yep.
Before you invite any friends over.
Yeah.
So.
I love that. We came
Yeah.
from a big family also. My dad was one of 11 children.
Oh, wow.
So we always had big giant Thanksgivings. Not anymore. They're all gone. It's kind of weird, but anyway, the next generation is starting to come
Yep.
up. You know,
the
now
kids are coming
they're in
up,
their
and they
20s
want
now.
they want to do their thing, and
Yeah.
they want to start having it. And
Good, they can clean up the mess.
I'm in agreement. Absolutely.
So let's see. So shooting. What kind of gun were you shooting, by the way? What was that?
So that was my Ruger 2245 Light.
That's what I thought it looked like. Yeah.
Yep.
With Seymour on top.
Yeah, Seymour on the top. Yep.
And you shoot other guns in Steel Challenge?
I do. So I have an STI 22 conversion, and then I have a CP33, and a couple other ones that I just float around with. But those are my go-to guns for the most part.
That CP33 is pretty cool, man.
It is.
Jason was using one.
Yeah, my brother was shooting
and
one.
he didn't have to change magazines
Right.
at all. I was like, what the heck is going on? It's
33 round magazine.
33 rounds. That thing
And
is
it's
bad.
22. Yep. So that's been a fun gun. It's kind of awkward and alien looking, but
Yeah.
you know, my Ruger's my go-to gun if I want to try to be competitive.
Yeah.
The STI, I like it, but it's super heavy.
Yeah.
So
What kind of slides on top? You said it was a convert 22.
yeah, it was the conversion. It's
Like
the Tactical Solutions,
Back
and it has Seymour on top of that as well. Stippled grip, flared magwell, 14 round mags. So it mimics having a 40 if you wanted to practice with your 22 versus you're shooting your 40.
Jason, so you guys are brothers, right?
Yep.
So you're the younger brother, obviously. I take it. Yep. What is so how do you feel about your brother and the way he's faces life these days?
He's the most positive guy I know. So every day I make sure I call him 2 or 3 times a day. I come out here shooting with him. He's got me out here shooting. I've been shooting for probably the past year.
Awesome.
So
Oh, you're new.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So,
You're coming along too.
so
right?
yeah.
Are you ready? Stand by. Three zero.
I'm trying to move up. They see his name up there and they see my name climbing right up. So.
Yeah. Me and my brother, same thing. I got him involved, but I was already 2 years into it. So at the time, I think I was an A, and he was trying to shoot, and he started to work his way up the list. Then he lost interest, unfortunately. He didn't stick with it. But anyway, yeah, it's an addicting hobby. That's good. That's good. I mean, what a role model or an inspiration directly for you
Oh,
to
yeah.
see.
Definitely.
You married with kids too?
No.
Or not yet.
I have one kid though, but not married.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm inspired. I'm not the best interviewer in the world, but I like talking to you.
Yeah, no worries.
And
This is good stuff.
This is gonna go up online. Yeah. So far, so good. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, be happy, joyful, have some faith, do what you do it, to the end of the earth. Just do it. Do it with all your passion. Do it with all your heart. If you're gonna do it right.
What about to a 57-year-old guy
Yeah, come on.
who's
Wait a minute, you're my role model already today.
well, I'm an IT guy by trade. I do work with computers, and I was thinking about starting my own business at 57. Is that wise? I mean, I make a good living. It's hard to walk away from that, knowing 5 years from now I'll make more than that. But the next 5 years might
Well,
build a
if you got
challenge.
a great concept, why not walk away for it in better life?
My concept is fix people's broken computers. There's a lot of them.
That seems to work. If it pays the bills and you make money, then I'm all for it.
So go for it.
That's
One of my next videos is going to be bringing out a bunch of those computers and shooting the crap out of them right here.
Oh,
Boom,
man,
blow
that
them up,
would be
explode them. Shotgun and stuff. Speaking of shotgun, so you're a big shotgunner.
Yes, that's where my passion originally started before I moved over to shooting pistols and steel. But I was running around in the local circuit shooting all these matches for shotgun, and I made myself all the way up to master. And then once I got there, I had my second fight with cancer, so I was off for the whole year. And they bumped me back down to AA, which is nice because I don't have to worry about
Competing against
the stigma of being a master shooter, So, but it's nice, It's shotgun.
So how,
I like.
how does it work in shotgun? I don't know.
So you punch up. So each local event you go to in your class, if you win, depending on how many shooters are in the class, will determine how many punches you get. And then you just punch up in class. And so you get 15 punches, you move up one. You get 20 punches, you move up, and so forth.
So what's a punch? You got how many? I mean, how do they score? I don't even know.
So if you win your class, so like say we're shooting in AA class, and there was like 20 shooters in the class, and I won first place. That might be worth like 4 punches.
Right.
So you got a little card that tells you how many of the punches are
I
worth.
see. Okay.
So usually first place with that many shooters is 3 or 4 punches, something like that.
That's
So
cool.
then you get your punches, and then it goes on and goes on for each match, the next match.
Yeah.
And then after you get 20 or 30, whatever they require to get to the next level, then you'll move class.
The reason I was asking is I was telling you earlier that I'm shooting my very first shotgun match tomorrow. As a matter of
Right.
fact.
That'll be fun.
I was told I'm not allowed to win, or my scores won't count, because it's kind of a favor to. It's a long story, but I'm being invited to shoot, but I'm not allowed to compete.
Yeah.
Which is okay because I've never shot before, so I'm pretty sure I'm
Right.
not going to win. Those guys at South Florida Shooting Club,
Oh yeah,
they're serious, man.
they're very serious.
They got pre-golfs and whatever these
Yes.
rifles, whatever the heck they
I
have.
shoot a lot of matches down there.
You do?
Yes, that's a private club, so you don't get to walk in the door and shoot. But
No. You ever walk in there with gun room? They're
Oh
safe.
yeah, oh yeah.
You walk in there and it's like the price tag is $75,000 and up. It's, like, it's a stupid shotgun, 2-barrel, $500 Remington, man. What are you
You,
talking
you
about?
go in there to drool on stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done that many times.
Yeah.
And then you see one for $40,000, you go, what a bargain! That's a deal right there. I want that one. But no, I just bought a Satori.
Okay, yeah.
Satori. Just getting
That's
started.
how I started.
So,
that-
and what do you shoot now?
So now I'm shooting a Blaser F3.
Okay, I unfortunately
Yeah.
I don't know a damn thing about it, so it sounds like wow.
It's
really?
mid-range.
Blaser?
It's mid-range.
Yeah, okay.
I started out with a Browning, and then I went to the Browning 725, and I worked my way to master with my Browning 725, and then now I'm shooting a Blaser F3.
And that takes you to that. If you had kept going, it would take you to the next level. Or
It's just for me, it just became just another gun. Once I could shoot just as well with either gun, but the other gun, I put 200,000 rounds through my Browning, and it was time for a new gun. So I wanted something that was just a little bit nicer wood, something I could do a multi-barrel set with no gunsmithing. So the Blaser fit that. So I can swap out from 20 to 410 or 28, which is cracking the gun
I
open,
see.
swapping the barrels right on, and no gunsmithing.
Wow.
And it's affordable. It's not on the Krieghoff and all that high-end type of range. It's mid-range. It's affordable for a working guy.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to keep that in mind. Let me see if I can hit something first
Yeah.
tomorrow with a hurricane.
Yeah.
They're shooting a
The
sport
targets
place
are gonna be-
in a storm.
They're gonna be like this.
Yeah, they always look like that to me anyway, to be honest with you. All right, Frank, I don't want to keep you too much longer here.
I appreciate your time, Terry. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure.
It was a
I'm so
pleasure
happy
shooting
to
with
meet
you. Yes, thank you.
I know it's COVID. We're not supposed to
Absolutely.
shake hands right now, but I'm
We're
doing it
okay.
anyway.
We're good.
So I'm sure you're clean. Hopefully I'm good. Jason, you too, buddies. Nice
Yep,
meeting you. Good
very
shooting
good.
with you today.
Yep, thank you.
Stevie P, you're my brother, so you come with me.
Results are in.
The results are in. Did you get me? Who took the top?
I did.
What was your score?
Well, I put the 1347 for outer limits that I shot last
Yeah,
week
yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it an 8-stage match.
Yeah. Oh, what was it in his?
7369 is what I would have
Oh, wow.
shot.
So you shot a 60 then, or something like that today.
Yeah, if I can pull it back up here.
This is why we do this, by the way, bragging rights.
That's right.
That's all it's about.
That's all we do to each other.
Well, you know what he did? Somebody.
Don't keep me in suspense. What's your score? Was my score?
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Hold on.
And tell Frank and Jason there too while you're looking.
I was. Oh shoot! I'm in the wrong thing. Hold on. Let me do
Oh God,
overall.
here we go.
This isn't even fair though. This rifle versus pistol stuff.
It's your best gun against my best gun. That's what it's
That's it.
Well, he's like incredible with the pistol. Well, I didn't do bad
Okay,
with the
here
pistol
we go.
today.
Hold on. So overall, I was first. I had 60.22, and you were 64.15.
I feel about right.
The second pistol was Rob Clayton. He was 68. So
Okay, we'll go look at the scores when we get home. What about Frank and Jason?
let's see
What
here.
class are they? What class are you?
I don't know about the class, but it would be the rimfire optic,
Yeah.
rimfire pistol optic.
Jason with rimfire rifle was 93.41. Frank rimfire pistol was 99.13.
Ouch.
And then I see Jason
That
that
double
was.
mic.
Oh, wait a minute.
He stuck- he
He
stuck-
did that to me. You know that, right?
Yes, I do. I saw
And then when you're like, "Hey guys, anybody see that?" Well, no, we weren't watching.
I was video clipping and I didn't pay attention, but I probably have it on video. I'll put it in the video.
watch the video and edit it and let him know he got me.
All right. No, it was a good day no matter what.
Indeed,
That's the whole point.
That's right.
That's why I do it. You know, I was sitting on the couch eating bonbons, doing nothing. I'm a single dad. My kids finally grew up. They're in their 20s. They, started doing their own thing. They didn't need me as much. I was sitting around doing nothing, bored out of my mind. My brother said, "Terry, why don't you try shooting?" I'd never shot before. Maybe
Wow.
as a kid, I had a 22 for maybe a year or something in the woods shooting squirrels, which I wasn't happy with that. Then, so I gave up the shooting, and then
That
so I
was
said,
10th
"Okay, I'll
grade?
try it." And, well, then you get addicted. Right?
Yep.
That's it.
Then you do. It grows.
Frank was 6th place.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Not bad for a
Not
cancer
bad.
patient.
Not bad. Got a chemo yesterday. Or whatever it was.
Chemo
Very
brain, sick. Yeah, man, that's good.
There's got to be a sponsor out there that needs that.
Man,
Let's see.
I need a new gun. Sure.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Forget that, guys.
That's right.
There's never a time when you don't need a new gun.
That's the truth.
All right, guys.
All
Well,
right.
thank you
Terry,
again very much.
appreciate it. Thank
Real
you, brother.
pleasure. Nice meeting you. We'll see
All
you
right.
around from time to time for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know it's just. I know. So when will you be clean this time around? buddy?
I've got 5 more months to go.
Okay, so 5 months you'll be out here dancing with us. That's all I have for now. Thank you for stopping by. And remember to like, subscribe, and do what?
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Make ready.